greetings. Hello, Darian.
What's up?
Say hello to the people on the vlog.
What's up, bro?
So today we're going to be installing racing harnesses in the Evos, and we're also going to be washing a couple of cars while we're at it. So we're at DIY Garage right now. We had to make custom L brackets for the racing harnesses. We got Darian over here drilling away. This 30-minute job has turned into an 8-hour job. So now we're installing the harness bar. Yep. We got this one with our custom-made bracket. So we've been trying to install this fucking thing for like 10 hours. Not because it's hard to install, because bolts are really hard to source. A 7/16-20 at 1.5 inches long. Impossible to find. So it's now day 2. We weren't able to finish yesterday. It took forever to find all the bolts. So now we needed to get more washers and more bolts and stuff. So we got all that. Here's what we have so far. So here's all the washers. I'm not gonna need that many, but I just wanted extras. Here's the bolts and the nuts that we needed. We needed the thread or the locking type. These you're gonna need for the top half of the seat belt. I'll show you in a bit. Here's your dimensions. As soon as it focuses, there we go. This is 1 1/4. You probably might want 1 1/2 if you can find it. We were able to make these work, but here is the setup that we're installing in the blue Evo now. Okay, so the car is now prepped and ready for the paneling to be removed. So we got this panel off, revealing part of the seatbelt assembly. You're gonna hit this 10mm bolt right here, and then you'll have one more behind that, and that plate will come off. Once you have this piece pulled back, it'll reveal the other 10mm bolt. Careful with this one. We actually broke one yesterday whenever we were trying to tighten it and put it back on. Down here on the passenger seat, you have a Torx bolt. Make sure you get the right bit for that. Don't use Allen. Okay, now that you got this one off, at the top here you have 14. Now that we got here, you're going to want to take this little tab thing off so you can slide this bolt out. So here's that bolt. This was a 14. This is on a 2015 Evo X. And this is the same bolt that goes in the same spot, but on a 2008 Evo X. This was the 17. Interesting. Okay, now that you got everything disassembled, we're just gonna roll this thing up. We'll tuck it in, probably back there somewhere. Maybe we'll hold it in somewhere with a zip tie. All right, so this is how I wrapped it in. Oh, Arian's here. And then, yeah, just tuck this in right here. Give yourself a little bit of slack. And there it is. Now we're moving on to the driver's side. Gotta remove this bolt down here. All right, same as the passenger side. We have a 10 millimeter bolt here. One behind this thing. Now that we got the panel off, I'm gonna hit that 14. Don't mind this cable, this is for an LED display. So we'll go ahead and crack that, roll this back up, and shove it in one of those spots. And that's the whole panel, all sorted out. Seat belt tucked away. Don't forget to slide that down. Okay, so those weird bolts that I showed you at the beginning, they are gonna go in here. This is what's going to attach the top half of your harness bar up here. And as you can see, there's not a lot of play or wiggle room after you get a few threads in. So your harness bar is probably going to rub up against this a little bit. But if you get the 1.5 inches instead of the 1.25 inches like the one we have, might fit a little bit better to avoid hitting this or rubbing up against it. Fully reinstalled. Both sides. Now we're going to be able to bring in the harness bar. As soon as I get the brackets in, I'll show you that next. So these are the brackets that we had made. We got just a standard L bracket made out of steel. We ended up drilling a hole in there and here, and it should line up right in there. So here's what the L brackets look like once they're installed. This is what's going to attach to your harness bar as well as your seat belt. It's time to install the harness bar. I'm going to start with the supporting rods, and I'm going to button it in there with the 4-point safety harness. So this is the order that I did it in. I did the bolt, then I did the washer, the seat belt, the support bar, you got your L bracket, another washer, and then your nut on the end of that bolt. All the bars are now installed. The harnesses are also attached. Now we're going to start with the bracket that goes up in here for the harness bar. So what we'll need is your tricky ass bolt that takes 12 hours to find and a fuck ton of washers. So what I did is I put a washer on this end of the bolt, and I put about 8 washers here. I might bring it down to 7, we'll see. But it's just so we have a little bit of a gap to clear this plastic trim so it doesn't rub up against it. And that's what it looks like, partially screwed in. And you get a little bit of rub right here, but it is what it is. All right, went ahead and screwed that one in. Now we just got to bring out the bar. All right, now that we got the bar in here, sitting loosely, we can now do the support bar. Okay, they're all connected up on the top, there at the bottom, up here. Now we just gotta make sure everything's leveled and tightened. The bar is now fully installed. All we gotta do left is attach the belts to here. The bottom halves are already mounted. We'll go ahead and adjust those after the fact, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the seats in a proper position and then I'll go ahead and do the straps on that. But first, you need to remove this little doohickey, because you're only going to need this to wrap around this. Here's the straps. Went ahead and got these ones all situated as good as I can get them. They're pretty good. And there they are, all installed. Let's see what it looks like up front. Very nice. A day and a half for some seatbelts, huh? So here's how Darian's went. All wrapped up, looking nice. Got a lot more slack than I did. There they are, the Sparkos. Looking nice. There you go. Got that exclusive final edition seatbelt clicker for you.
Probably worth 20 bucks.
Yeah, man. All right, sir. Take it easy. We'll see you in a bit. So we spent a day and a half, 2 days working on these cars. I think they turned out pretty good with the seat belts and everything. We got Mr. Skelly Bones all strapped in and ready to go. Sir Darian over here.
What's up?
Just admiring our handiwork. Get your belts one more time. Got the cool Sparko ones. And then I ordered a couple of these so the car's not yelling at you while you're driving. They'll be here tomorrow for an upcoming video, I suppose.